Ready for the next segment?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I forgot. Introduce.
Boom. And
Wait. Okay. Well, technically, the sound's already on.
Should I start?
Yeah.
And this is the Happiness Podcast Project, and I am back with my Mr. Game Show voice. This is Grover Reese of Guerrilla Combatives.
And Scotty Morgan.
Scott, it seems like you're having a hard time dealing with my voice right now.
You have your voice is like a mixture between Captain Kirk and a game show host.
Yay! That's what I'm going for. Me doing this voice, do you think I should do it to the whole podcast?
Well, if you do that, Facebook might ban you.
Well, good, because I couldn't do it anyway, man. I couldn't do it anyway. Okay,
So what's going on in the world today?
Facebook is banning motherfuckers. They're like, ban
and
you,
right.
I'm going to ban you, I'm going to ban you, I'm going to ban you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're okay, fuck you.
If you're
That's what
messing
Facebook
with
did.
my dollars, you're off my platform.
Facebook is like, we think you're dangerous, bye.
Oh, okay. Facebook and Instagram, same company. Well, Facebook technically is a parent company, so remember that.
Yeah, Facebook. So Facebook acquired Instagram, and then all the people who were running Instagram quit because Facebook are tyrants. That's what they said. Now, look, let's start off with just breaking down what happened. So Louis Farrakhan, Alex Jones, and Milo, Milo, I'm going to torture that last name.
Have you heard of his content? Because
Milo-
Katie brought me to about his content. I'm
Milo
like, okay.
Yiannopoulos.
He's a little bit of a sensationalist.
Yeah, he's like basically a lot of stuff that Milo says, and that when
He doesn't
I heard
even agree
before,
with some of the stuff he says.
Yeah,
which is
he's
funny.
just saying it to be a contrarian.
Yeah.
Right. Alex Jones, Mr. Conspiracy Theory.
Who got even more conspiracy theorists later on, right?
Right.
To almost
right to the point
exponential
where,
levels.
And I mean, he was just in court getting sued for saying that the Sandy Hook were fakes, and he said that he had a temporary psychosis that made him think everything was a conspiracy. Louis Farrakhan was banned, and Louis Farrakhan is a black nationalist, black leader. It's funny because reading, so I've listened to all of these folks, all of the three that I've just talked about, and I'm going to give my opinion on censorship, which, by the way, this pretty much isn't censorship like people are thinking. But I'm going to give my opinion on it in general, why I think it should or should not be allowed to stay on the air and have all the outlets it could, and what do I think the ramifications are of it being taken off.
And these are a lot of parts here. Let's go with the first one.
So the first one, just a little. What was the first one?
I forgot. It
Oh,
was such
Jesus
a it was a compound.
It was so good, huh? It was so good. So the first one's talking about censorship itself.
Censorship. Okay.
All right.
And what, like Facebook, their authority.
Right. So let's take it back to Facebook itself being joined. Everybody loved Facebook, and everybody wanted to use Facebook. Facebook was free.
Your grandma uses Facebook.
For real. Facebook was free. Facebook is still free. Well, Facebook is not free. It was free, but now Facebook, you pay by having people advertise to you constantly on Facebook. Since advertisers pay Facebook advertising dollars, because Facebook has so many eyes on it, that's how Facebook generates money.
And they're very cheap ads, too, so you're getting a lot of ads in front of your face.
A lot of ads in front of your face over and over and over and over ad nauseum. Which I'm actually going to have an ad on Facebook for Guerrilla Combative, so please sign up for privates. Anyway, so
Redwood City, Peninsula Self-Defense.
PSD, baby.
Bay Road.
Bay Road. Road of the Bay. So with that being said, you cannot subscribe and love a monopoly, and that's what Facebook is in social media, basically. It's the biggest group of people on the internet is in Facebook. So when they decide to do something you don't like and you start yelling censorship and get all upset, they don't care because they're the biggest. Because we've been comfortable with a monopoly. So let's just put that aside. Now let's talk about censorship. Stop claiming your constitutional right to a free press. This is not press. Stop claiming your constitutional right to freedom of speech. You can't turn around and say Colin Kaepernick should not be allowed to play football because he took a knee, then turn around and say these folks should not be banned because what they said and Facebook doesn't like it. I believe that Colin Kaepernick should be allowed to play. I am going to turn around and say I believe that all of these folks, even the hateful ones, should be allowed to be on Facebook. Because if I don't like it, I can just block it. I can just unsubscribe, block it, never see them again, and poof, they're gone.
And I was watching this YouTube video or a TED Talk about how Facebook, all these social media platforms are human behavior modification platforms.
Yeah.
So whatever you're not watching, you're not going to be shown.
Exactly.
Most likely.
Exactly. So I have never seen anything from Alex Jones.
I mean, never. I've never seen
Never
anybody.
seen anything from Milo. I very rarely see things from Farrakhan.
But we have to hit this main point. I'm sure you're going to go into this. Facebook is a private company.
Well, it's not a private.
corporation.
It's a corporation. It's a publicly traded corporation, which means that they have a right to refuse service to anybody. And what they're doing is they're refusing service to them. So
That's why you click agree to the terms of service.
and so, you know what? Tough titty. This is a company, and they've decided to do it. Now, if you want to combat this and modify Facebook's behavior, support someone coming up. Now, I don't think that this is the right thing for Safeway to do. Facebook to do. I used to work at Safeway.
Some traumatic experiences surfaced there, didn't it? A little bit of connection.
No, but I don't think this is the right thing for Facebook to do. And Instagram, it's subsidiary.
We're going like
forget it.
Spanish with me? Like,
No,
that was almost like a
Yeah.
Espanol.
I'm actually a little tired, but I don't think it's the right thing to do, and this is why. I think that if you have a right to opt out of it, and you don't have to see it. You don't have to, people have to stop acting like they're bullied by everything when you can just hit block and never see it again. I think that Facebook, instead of banning them, should make it very easy that if you block it, that nobody can ever send you anything by these people again, no matter who they are, who they're sharing it. Is that's just permanently blocked from your view. And then if you don't like it, you won't see it. My problem with censorship is that whether you agree with Farrakhan, whether you agree with Milo, whether you agree with Alex Jones, if you take away their ability to use Facebook, you glorify them, and then they're just going to be found on the dark web where people are going to be easily radicalized anyway.
And they also have their personal websites.
Their personal
I'm sure
websites.
they have a significant following at this point.
Yeah, you're not destroying them. So, yes, it's Facebook's right not to have them on there. I think it's a bad move. I think it's a move that now Facebook could start running around trying to censor more and more people to prove that they're being fair. But let me tell you something, and what we have to recognize, because I know a lot of people saying, well, these places, they're just going after conservatives. Well, nothing has to be fair. It's up to the people who are running the company. Really, it's up to the board of directors, and the board answers to the shareholders. And if the shares are up and there's not a problem, then they're going to keep on going as business as normal.
And
So
that also goes with corporate values, too,
well,
and ideologies.
most corporate values are to make money. I worked in a lot of corporations before, and I love it when they say their culture is this and that.
Well,
and
let
that.
me explain. Okay.
Yeah.
What about, since the Republicans are about business, then why are they going after conservatives, which would be going hand with Republicans, like least Republican thought, not them specifically?
Okay.
Like, what's with that?
Ooh, well, I mean, besides the fact that the head Republican was horrible at business.
You're talking about Mr. Trump. But they won't ban him.
Exactly. So, no, but people say that, right? People say they're going hard at Republicans, but basically, they're going to be able to do what they want to do. And if you don't like it, you don't use it. But I got news for everybody. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place in the middle of a shitstorm. Because the shitstorm is that we've elevated Facebook to a point where it's basically almost
Too big to fail.
Yeah, it's almost social media omnipotent, where Facebook is everywhere.
I mean, yeah, like Instagram.
Yeah,
Everyone's into Instagram. They
Facebook.
are addicted to.
WhatsApp.
that up.
WhatsApp is Facebook. I use
WhatsApp is all over the world.
Yep, I use WhatsApp to message people all over the world. WhatsApp is Facebook, and so it's a company. It's exploded in popularity in the last few years. Only thing I can say is that, it comes back to something I said before. we have to ask ourselves, do we want this regulated? Is this something that we should regulate it and put a bunch of regulations on it, like they have to do this, they have to do that? Or do we want it free range like it is now?
Well, if they start regulating, I mean, at that point, you're just kind of regulating the internet,
Well,
right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but sooner or later, either you're going to want to do it or not want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the internet is, Facebook for years was the wild, wild west where you just put up what you want, you know? I mean, I remember I used to see, like, every now and again, I'd be in a private Facebook group, and it'd be straight pornography going on in it. And I was like, wow, this is interesting.
What value?
Yeah, I was like, this is interesting that this is on Facebook. And after a while, Facebook started banning and getting rid of these groups, you know? Of course, somebody knew that those groups existed, but they were like, oh, maybe we don't need to get rid of it now. It's not hurting nobody. We don't know what decisions or how decisions they make. They'll say they make a decision because they did this or that. They'll say, like, right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones is dangerous. They'll say that Farrakhan is dangerous. They'll say this person or that person is dangerous, you know? But I think that sometimes the danger should be decided by the people. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm going to come out and I'm going to say that none of them should have been banned, in my opinion. In my opinion, people should start taking control of their Facebook, and if you don't want to see something, get rid of it. Like, there's people that I know personally who put up, like, conspiracy theories. Like, I know somebody who put up a conspiracy theory after, and just kept harping on it and telling me stupid shit about the people in New Zealand. Mm-hmm. And I just I'm not going to fucking talk to them no more. Mm-hmm. Just fuck you. Go away. Bye. If you don't have enough common decency to let people get buried before you talk a conspiracy theory, even if you believe it, I don't want you in my life. Mm-hmm. I don't want you in my life. And
that's so crazy to fixate it on that one particular event.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm just trying to be logical. I'm not really emotionally attached to it. Well, then you're a fucking piece of shit asshole because people died. You should have a little emotion to it. Fuck off. I don't ever want to talk to you.
It'd be great to use that creative brain energy because that's what it's creating. A conspiracy theory is creating a story out of a bunch of random facts and connecting it into making a coherent story. Mm-hmm. Now, I can only imagine if people were to use that thought energy to doing something productive and beneficial, what kind of society would look like. But
like I said, society's not going to change until it's all so fucked up that you just got to change. So,
are you talking about AI?
I'll tell you. well, what AI is going to do with society, and really quick, I don't want to get deep into it, but what AI is going to do to society is rob majority of the people of their ability to make a living. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to have to decide, how do we value what people do and who people are? And I think that, you know, people are going to be doing jobs that may not be super valued in society, but the value will start coming up in society, you know, because maybe they'll start paying teachers more. Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll start paying tradesmen more. Maybe tradesmen will be more valued and more people to do that.
And creatives are definitely on the rise. Yeah,
you know, creativity. Things like I do. I teach martial arts. Maybe that'll be on the rise.
Personal training, private instructorship.
Stuff that you need somebody to do because
human-to-human interaction.
Because when people stop wanting to move around, like I know a ton of people who like always give me an excuse of why they're not doing something they want to do. Mm-hmm. A lot of physical activity. You know, people will be like, "Hey, you're starting to look great," and I'm like, "Hey, I don't care what you think. I feel great." Mm-hmm. And then they're like, "Okay."
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be like, "I always look great." What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I'm fucking handsome, but like, you know, it's like you start feeling good, you start doing stuff for yourself, you start working out, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Oh, I just don't have time." How can you not have 45 minutes? Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I got kids, I got this, I got that. Okay. Well, by the time at the end of the night, I'm exhausted. Are you exhausted? Or are you not willing to sacrifice a half an hour to make sure you're more healthy? Mm. I understand you're exhausted and you're drop dead, but look, I know people who work on a farm all day who are drop dead exhausted. So you can't tell me that you go to your office job, then you come home and you fix your kids' dinner. You're tired, but you're not exhausted like somebody who was just hauling hay for 13 hours in the hot sun. That person's
on the I-5 farms all day in the hot
that person's exhausted. Yeah. You're tired. And so when your health is falling apart, you can go and do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and 50 squats and go to sleep. Half an hour work.
And use that energy to do something productive instead of making crazy conspiracy theories. And spending all your energy not bad mouthing, but speaking about censorship that you have no control over.
Yeah. So speaking about censorship in a way like it's like the Constitution of the United States is under fire, where the Constitution of the United States does not apply to that.
Nope.
It's not a constitutional issue. Please stop stupidity. Please. It's not a constitutional issue. If you don't like Facebook, don't use Facebook.
And get yourself fit. Get into fitness or something to work out that what is it called? Aggressive energy you have feeling towards Facebook
or stupidity. So look, that's it.
Oh yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't already.
Subscribe. Hold on. You best be subscribing. What's wrong with you?
And you flick that little bell.
Boy, I told you to hit the bell, boy. Hit the bell.
If you want to get notified all of our latest videos.
All the latest.
Make sure you comment.
Make a comment.
And share. Sharing is caring.
What I want you to do is I want you to go and down your friends list and find 10, 15, 20, maybe 25 people that you want to share this to and send it to them. Get it together, boy.
All right. Well, do we have any more with the censorship portion?
No.
That's it. Yeah. So that's it. All right. Roll out.
And I'm going to tell you something. You ain't going to Google me. When you stick your finger in the booty hole. And Twitter.
He's going to run with this the whole time.
Keep that Twitter away from me. That's when you pinch the nipples with the pointer finger. I don't know what they doing here. They say Facebook is when you stick your finger in somebody's nose. What's wrong with you? Boom, we're out.
All right, peace.